What we had agreed on at that time in that first year was that meditation was helpful yet not essential for spiritual awakening.
Beginning on the second evening, the newer members of the group are asked to take on the task of revising the original points of agreement that the older members drafted almost 20 years before. The intention is to update and revise these core agreements as part of a new framework for creating interspiritual dialogues throughout the world.
We all come from a place of deep appreciation for the possibilities of what others can teach us. I think we're all coming from a place of open-heartedness, that we're here to be able to learn and to be able to take in what's been given from other traditions.
One of the first questions is always, who are we? And so that sort of has to be my starting point.
Are we coming to points of agreement as contemplatives? Are we coming to points of agreement as individuals? Are we coming to points of agreement as traditions? Are we coming to points of agreement as individuals from a tradition, but not pretending to embody the whole of it? You can't have points of agreement unless you know who we is. So I'll stop with that.
I don't feel that I'm really qualified to represent Islam, that it's too broad,
I think what's helpful for me is not to have you speak on behalf of Islam. Although I want to understand Islam, I want to understand Mahmoud.
It's more relevant for me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So at some point, maybe in the transformative process, who are you becomes the great question. And it's not your resume, it's not your personality, it's not your character. It's God manifesting in your uniqueness.
Maybe it's too much nuance, but I'm comfortable speaking out of my tradition. And I differentiate that from speaking on behalf of the tradition.
Very good.
Religion influences our perspectives and our attitudes and our opinions about certain subjects, but they're a channel for us, I suppose, and we're a channel for them.
So in that sense, bringing this back to the people in our traditions that we encounter, then being a lighthouse for that.
I'm calling this Angela 1 plus Sean.
Yeah.
Put that in what you're writing so that we have it tangible.
Need you to say more other than that?
No, I'm just kind of like asking you on all of our behalf to give us something that tangibly written down that is cohesive, so it transcends our fragments at the moment.
And out of that, I think we still left our individual experience. So I think you could say something like, we can speak to our individual experience and out of our tradition.
Yeah.
On behalf of it.
Initially, when these dialogues began, they're interreligious. What are the points of agreement? Like, what does your religion say about this? What does your religion say about this? People really speaking from that depth. But we're in a different evolutionary place. This notion of interspirituality is not that, really.
I see that's one thing that we're doing, is that we're edified. We're all on different journeys. There's a unity to those journeys. And your journeys edify mine. And you make my way safe and sure. And I'm confident about where that journey leads. So that's just...
We feel a oneness with the human family and with all creation, and the accountability to bear other people's burdens or to experience their suffering or to experience their joys, so that we no longer think of ourselves only, but there's always ourselves as a part or a holon, so to speak. That is to say, an individual within a higher kind of being, which is the whole body and the spirit, and we don't know how far that is going to develop in the evolutionary process.
Through him, with him, in him, O God Almighty Father.
Religion emerged in a ritual and organized way when the human species became capable of rational consciousness, abstract thinking. The purpose of religion is to help them to meet the needs of human nature at its deepest level. The problem is that we bring to our religion our human failings and our lack of evolution or human development, so that we respond sometimes to situations with a religious belief system that is kind of exploited to provide us with excuses for behavior that are really motivated by our instinctual needs, especially for security, certitude, power and control, and esteem. So religion itself has to go through a developmental process within us.